All right, so I just finished up my third week of me trying out fasting again. I've done fasting in the past, and every time I've really liked it, but I don't know why I fall off of it. I think it's just my personality and something I need to work on. Like, I can get really into something for a short amount of time, and then I'll fall off of it, and just it's hard to get me back on it again. But I don't know, I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos about it, and it just, I don't know, it just feels right. Like, I feel really good doing this, and I'm just thinking that the way that we've set up like our eating habits, especially in the US, just isn't natural, like fasting feels like something that we're supposed to be doing. And I know a lot of religions, have fasting in them, once a year. And so it just, I don't know, it's feeling good right now. So I'm going to keep up with it. My energy's still good. Um, I haven't really had a lot of cravings. I do get hungry at night sometimes because that's usually before when I would eat the bulk of my food, would be at night. And so sometimes I do get hungry. And I don't know that I would recommend this for everyone, and maybe this isn't a great thing, but I've been doing this for a while, like just with my work schedule back in the day and needing to be up early all the time. I do take a sleep aid. Let me see if I have it here. So I've been taking these Unisom, and I think it would be a lot harder if I weren't taking like a sleep aid, because I'll take it like around 6 or 7, and then I go to bed pretty early. So by the time I get really hungry, I'm really sleepy. So I'm just like, okay, I'm going to be falling asleep soon. And then you wake up in the morning and the hunger is gone. Like, I'm not ever hungry in the morning. So even if I'm super hungry at night, if I can just fall asleep, then it's easy for me. But I could see if I wasn't taking this and I got really hungry at night and I wasn't sleepy, I could see that it would be probably a little bit harder to resist those urges at night, I guess. But I don't know. I'm not going to tell you to recommend like using sleeping aids, because I don't know, maybe they're not good, but it's been beneficial for me for the past, I've been taking them for the past year or so before I was even fasting, just to make it easier to sleep. And so far they still work. So yeah, that's one little trick I've been using, I guess. What else? I did get more steps this week. I said last week that my goal was going to be to get 10,000 steps. So I have been getting up a little bit earlier and getting on the treadmill. I have a walking pad in my office, so I've been getting on the walking pad and just doing kind of a slow walk. It takes me an hour and 45 minutes to get 10,000 steps in. So I've been doing that every day, which takes a lot of time, but I'm going to start like reading books and stuff like that, because I need to get back on my dissertation stuff. So I don't feel like it's such a waste of time, I guess, if I can be doing something productive while I'm walking. I've also been going to the gym. I've fallen off at the end of the week, but I think Monday through maybe Thursday, I think I did go to the gym every day with my roommate, and I wasn't doing any high intensity workouts on any of the days. I just got on the machines and did like a machine circuit and just took it easy. I was doing light weights, but kind of higher reps on light weights, and just doing one set of everything just to get a little bit of workout in there. And so yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling really good. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what happens next week, because I think I'm hoping there's gonna be like a pretty big results next week. What else? The workout, the walking. Oh, one important thing. I had been checking, I talked about this in my other video, I have been using a monitor to check my blood glucose and my ketones, and I think this works really well. Maybe I could set alarms or something to check it at the same times every day, but I haven't been checking it at the same times every day. But overall, with me doing the fasting, doing it alternate day, and then just having one meal a day on the days that I do eat, it seems like my blood pressures, or not, my blood glucose, stays pretty stable. It stays between like 75, and then on the days that I eat, it does get up like over 100, but then whenever I'm fasting, it stays around 80, between 80 and 90. So it's been pretty good. I haven't had any major blood sugar drops doing it for this amount of time fasting for like a day and a half between my meals. So that's been good, but I'm getting this to check my blood sugar. This is a continuous blood glucose, well, I guess you can't call it that. They call it a glucose biosensor kit. So I had been wanting to get a continuous blood glucose monitor for a long time, just because I thought it would be easier to keep up with instead of me having to remember to like stick myself. But they hadn't been available for people it hadn't been available without a prescription. And so, really only people that were diabetic could get them. There was one available called like NutriSense, but I looked at the price of it and it was like $250 a month, I think. And I think you had to have like sign a contract for like a year or something. And I hate contracts and I hate subscriptions like that. So I didn't want to get locked into it. And it was pretty expensive. So I was just hoping that they would have one that would come out that would be a little bit more affordable. And I just happened to look the other day, and this one just came out 3 weeks ago that you could get without a prescription. And it's only $99 for a month. So it has 2 of them in the pack for $99, and each of them you're supposed to wear for 15 days. So I'm going to try it for 15 days and just see how I like it. I might get my roommate to try one and see how his compares to mine. So yeah, so this next week I'm going to be using this, and then I'll probably make another video that shows like how to use it and how I felt about it and everything. But I'm pretty excited. That way I'll have a continuous, graph of like how my glucose changes, during my fast and after I eat and everything like that. So I think this will be really interesting, and I'm really excited to try this. What else? My weight. If I look at the weekly average between last week and this week, it doesn't look like a lot. Well, I mean, it's kind of a lot. It was almost half a pound in a week, which is not bad, but really I think I lost more because last week I was on my period and I wasn't like losing as much weight as I had been like the week before. And then towards the end of this week, it seemed like my weight was coming off a little bit more. So even though it's only half a pound on average throughout the week, I think towards the end of the week I was losing more weight. But I will hop on the apps real quick and show what my weight was looking like on the app, and then we'll do my measurements and see how the measurements compare. I think I would say I feel leaner this week. I feel skinnier this week, if that makes sense, just going by feeling. But yeah, I guess we'll just see how the measurements come out. Okay, so here's my Fitbit app. I will start with my steps. Like I said, I worked really hard to make sure I got at least 10,000 steps. I stayed on that walking pad for an hour and 45 minutes every day until I got the 10,000 steps. And then some days I got quite a bit more just from walking around the house and stuff like that. So my steps are good. My sleep has been pretty good. I had an average of 8 hours, 42 minutes, but some of those days I just barely hit 7 hours, which is kind of like my minimum goal, because I was getting up early and going to the gym to go work out with my roommate. So I think that's still pretty good. Then my weight. Okay, so this is where it can get kind of confusing because I'm doing the alternate day fasting. So I'm really comparing the weights from every other day, because when I wake up after the days that I'm fasted, I'll lose a lot more. But then when I wake up the days after I've eaten, I've gained. So it's just going up and down and up and down, but I'm trying to look at comparing my fasted days versus my eating days. So last Sunday there on 9/22, I was 159.9, but that was a morning after I had eaten the night before. So if I compare that to Saturday, which would be a morning after I'd eaten, I was 157.6. So what is that? Down like 2.3 pounds. So between my eating days, I'm down like 2.3 pounds. And then if you compare my fasting days, which would be that Monday, the 157.7 to the 154.8, I'm down about 3.3 pounds comparing my last week's fasting day to this week's eating day. So yeah, I'm still losing weight. On average, last week versus this week. See, last week's average was 158. This week was 157.6. So it's only 0.4 pounds. But like I said, I think towards the end of this week, I started losing more weight. So, all right. If we go over here in the app for my glucose and ketone monitor, I took this today at 118. So I've been fasted for a day and a half. And it says I'm in a high therapeutic level of ketosis. My ketones are 1.8. This morning when I woke up, I was in a moderate level of ketosis. And it's weird because, like, it looks like yesterday at 11 p.m. I was at a high level of ketosis. It just, I don't know, it just kind of goes up and down. So I don't really understand what's going on. I guess it could be if I was like moving around a lot, you know, in the morning I'd just woken up. So maybe my body wasn't having to, you know, make a lot of energy. So maybe that's why the ketones were down in the morning compared to last night. And then, yeah, yesterday afternoon, I was in a low level. So it really does take about a day to really get into ketosis pretty solidly. And then, you know, now I'm probably going to eat in a couple of hours. So, yeah, hopefully I'm burning fat until then. But I will. Okay, so let's just jump into it. Visually, I don't see a whole lot of difference. But like I said, I feel thinner this week. So, I don't know. I guess we'll just see. I do this so I can get some like photo clips in the future to show like a before and after. All right, let's get to the measurements. Last week, some of my measurements had gone up a little bit in my chest and down a little bit in my waist and hips. So we'll see what this week looks like. My chest feels smaller this week. So we'll see if the feeling lines up with the measurements. Make sure it's not twisted. Yeah, I'm back down. 137 last week was, or 37 last week was 37.25. So I'm back to where that measurement was 2 weeks ago. And my band down here. Last week had gone up 1/4 of an inch. Oh yeah, this week it's gone down, so it's 31. It's in between 0.5 and 0.75, so I'll just do 0.75. So that went down a lot actually, because last week it was 32.5. My waist last week was 35. Oh, it looks like it went down a little bit more. It looks like 34.75, so just a little bit. And my hips. Like I said, I do it on my hip bones just to get it the same every week. 41 and whoa, that went down a lot. Last week it was 42.25. Now it's 41.5. Could be because I've been in the gym. I don't know. My thighs, like I said before, they typically don't change that much because when I lose fat, if I'm working out, especially if I'm walking and stuff, it'll get replaced with muscle, I guess. So there's my knee line. 6 inches. I did something weird this time. Hold on. Let me try again. So I usually go up 6 inches from my knee. Oh, it went down. It's like between 21.5 and 21.75, so I'm just gonna round it up. So it went down 1/4 of an inch. So yeah, I'm starting to see some results. Since my period's over, I'm hoping this next week I will keep seeing results. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep doing this until I burn off like my excess fat, and then maybe I like fasting. Like, I've never been one to eat like breakfast, so I've always kind of did a little bit of a fast because I don't normally eat breakfast. But if I burn enough off and I'm not doing like the alternate day, then I'll probably still do like 1 meal a day. Like, it seems pretty easy to do. But yeah, so far I'm liking the alternate day and 1 meal a day kind of mix like that. I've still got plenty of fat to burn, so I guess I can keep doing this. But yeah, so far so good. It's pretty easy. I'm gonna try to get in the gym some more this week and just take it easy, like not do anything too tough, but try to like slowly start building muscles, especially on the days that after I've eaten. So yeah, I don't know. So far so good. We'll see how it keeps going next week.